2025 PGA Show. We're gonna go walk around in there and find the most interesting tech and gear. Help us play better golf. There's some really cool stuff. Let's go check it out. All right, wandering around demo day, seeing some of the booths, chatting with some people. It's a cold, rainy, beautiful Orlando day. Let's see what's up around here.
Turn it on and up.
Okay.
You can haul pretty fast.
Jeez, that's awesome.
You get ahead of it. You got the best product in the world.
New rangefinder from CaddyTalk. We love the Cube. That one is awesome. This one is the Windy. It's got a little wind sensor in here, so you pop this up and it reads the wind and tells you how much the wind is going to impact. All right, this is going to be Will Robbins using the PuttView goggles. Kind of generally want to see what he has to say about them. He's looking very skeptical at this point. I'm sure what he's about to experience. Oh gods. After a loop around demo day, we headed over to the open forum, which is always a great spot to hear from top coaches in the game. I had a chat with Liam on the phone a month or two ago, and then just watched him in open forum. We're gonna dive into what grip pressure means and like maybe how you can change it and why it's cool. Liam, right, so you're the only person that's done any research on this yet, I'm guessing. What do the tour pros do when you look at grip pressure?
First thing, when they're at setup, they squeeze it a lot harder. Twice as hard in comparison to like what their capacity is, but their capacity is almost harder. Like if you're an amateur golfer out there and you wanted to match grip pressure at setup with a tour pro, you probably have to squeeze it at like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
So like this baby bird crap, I hope we got rid of that once and for all. Just before we get to top of backswing, we see the first spike.
Okay.
I can't tell you what it is, I can tell you what I think.
Okay.
What I think is they're applying pressure to stop the club and get ready to change direction.
Okay.
Then we see what happens, the grip pressure actually drops through this phase of the swing.
Okay.
And then when they get, depending on the player, lead arm parallel, the shaft parallel, we see the grip pressure spike back up. And then just before contact, it relaxes. So they're the only group we see that double peak.
Give us the slicer.
It starts off with basically nothing.
Okay.
It's a gradual ramp up where it's getting tighter, 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 tighter up to the top of the backswing. And then the very first thing that happens in the downswing is a massive spike in pressure.
Okay.
And specifically across the top of the shaft. See how it's on the top of the shaft?
Yep.
And I believe that's what causes the club head throwaway.
Got it.
Squeeze it at like a 7 out of 10 at the start.
Yeah.
And try and keep that constant in the backswing. So I'm going to feel like 7, 8 out of 10. Keep it the same, keep it the same, keep it the same. When I get here, feel like you allow it to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
See what happens.
This is the Drive Pro.
Okay.
So we came out with this last year. We actually took this to demo day. We ran 50 testers through the process, and we based it off of what they were wearing versus wearing these shoes. All 50, about an average of 11 yards gained in distance. You'll see here that these have 9 spikes.
Okay.
Typically they'll only have 8, so we added this one here just for added traction. So that'll be something that you also see.
All right, I'm a single length fan, so I wanted to see the Avoda single length with the bulged face. I don't know if you can see that. It looks really cool. All right, here it's Tim from Foresight, and he's going to talk about the new PuttView integration. We've got some holes on the green here. We've got some stuff coming down from the ceiling. Tell us about what's going on.
Yeah, so what you see here is basically this is a sim in a box setup. So what they've done is they've developed this special flooring that they CNC, and they create all the elevation data in there. They're able to mimic any putt that you would have on a real golf course.
Wow.
So it's taken the terrain data from the actual course, mimicking it here so you could actually finish what that putt actually is.
So the floor doesn't move, but it knows the slopes to replicate which
so
one is most likely.
You can see there's a slope going up, and then there's some different side slopes.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is whether we have a right to left, left to right putt, that's where the projector is going to shine down and tell you where to put the ball at, and then you're going to putt to the hole it tells you to.
Oh, there's a...
All right, get down. All right, so you're on. So we're going to do a putt like normal. So right now, this is the original simulation putting, right? So you got this left to righter. I could adjust the aim for you to have it line up, or you could just putt to the left and try to hit it like a normal putt.
Okay, 40
Let's try
feet.
to get it down. It's about 10 feet to here.
Okay.
Try to get it within 10 feet and we're good.
I like that suggestion. Well, let's do it.
and you're going to hit it in gimme range. Oh, this is good. This is good.
Perfect.
Perfect. You couldn't have done that any better. So now you see on the floor,
crap.
it's showing the terrain data. This is where you're going to drop the ball.
Okay.
So you can see you got a little right to left putt.
Yeah.
A little bit uphill, and now you're going to putt out from here.
This is ridiculous. There it is. That's
it recognizes
awesome.
it. You just made a good up and down from there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice two putt. This is what golf simulations missed.
Yeah.
It's the putting part of it.
Yeah.
And now that it's integrated with the software,
yeah,
it's perfect.
All right, so putt out. Last year they released the air brake, which was super cool. Love that. This year they've got the new gate system, adjustable gates you could set there inside. It's kind of useful. I don't know if you're like me, you're inside putting, you're always trying to figure out different training aids to use. Got a cool little kit. They said it's coming out soon.
You can scroll, have a look frame by frame what is actually happening when in your golf swing. See where the center of pressure is at. Based on the color, you get a good idea of where under your foot you are applying the most pressure.
We found Jake from Made from the Range. He told us about these.
I'm not an engineer.
Crazy.
So this notch used to be very pointy.
Okay.
And they found out that if they go just a little bit wider and they actually smooth out those radiuses, it gets through the turf even better. The leading edge relief, you're usually seeing just a line there.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you cut this out, what it does is it actually kind of like splits the turf.
Okay.
So instead of bouncing out of the turf, which is what you typically hear, it kind of slides through and then just exits. So it's a unique thing for Cobra, which is really, really cool.
Is it more for like finesse shots when you open it up, or is it for full shots?
It helps a lot with when you open to not let the leading edge come up.
Okay.
So that's a 56, and if you open that up, the leading edge stays down.
It does, which is pretty
now,
good.
Part of that's the grind of that one too.
Yeah.
Like they've done a lot of work on the new stuff. So there's like, you don't think wedges when you think Cobra, right? Like it's usually drivers and woods.
Yeah.
Especially when you got Kyle Berkshire standing behind us, right? You think woods.
Yeah.
But this is where
the new wedge is sweet.
Yeah.
I'm here with John from Bushnell Golf. He's going to walk us through the Link rangefinder, how it syncs up with the launch monitor, and how that all works on the course.
This is the new Pro X3 Plus Link, and the Link stands for linking up to a launch monitor made by Bushnell or Foresight.
Yep.
So you're going to hit 3 balls with each club.
Yep.
Take that data, it's going to go to the app. Then you're going to sync that app to your device.
Okay.
It's the most accurate yardage you're ever going to find because it's compensated for slope based on your trajectory from the launch monitor.
Sure, from your launch angle and stuff.
It's also compensated on air pressure, temperature, so it's doing today's yardage.
Wow.
And these are the 2 best brands in the space as far as accuracy. You hit 3 irons, you'll see your carry distance, but it'll average those and make a little dispersion deal.
Got it.
So it'll know the average carry.
Got it.
It'll know your 7 iron and so forth.
Yep.
And then when you laser, it'll actually give you 2 club recommendations.
Okay.
Hey, you might be able to get this club there, you definitely get this club there.
Got it. Got it. That's really, really cool.
It's really cool.
Okay, we developed this universal swing score. It's based on 3 factors: speed, efficiency, and consistency. Together, this swing score has the ability to predict your handicap with 70% accuracy. So this is actually Bryson's numbers.
All right.
He's a rotational player, so that's a superpower. He rotates like crazy, range of motion.
Okay.
And he uses his core more than his legs, shoulder, or wrist.
So this is brand new.
This is brand new.
Just came out. Okay.
You want to take a swing?
Sure. Yeah. We'll do it.
We can detect if there's anything in your swing that's like, out of range versus what it could be. So let's say we did the report.
Yeah.
You say, I want to work on my laterals because that's the least efficient part of my swing. You can set that as a goal and then do the whole thing.
All right, here to hang out with Sasha because he has something new coming.
Yeah.
And you're not going to help me get to 190 yet.
Not today.
Not today, but wedges.
It turns out that from about 30 to 150 yards, carry distance is 99% predicted by ball speed. I've, for the longest time, have been sitting on all these ideas for creating combines and better ways to practice. So now we have a tool to do it. So we created wedge mode, right? And it's super gamified. Basically, we have targets where we can set up different distances, rounds where you can go through, change the order that the targets are appearing, and we can set up these little kind of competitions. Now, one of the key innovations, how do you score it? But I also want to make it super realistic for a golfer. So I want the points you get in a video game to parallel strokes gained. Right? So how do I know if you hit a better shot than me? Well, we quantify it with strokes gained. That's the perfect way to do it.
We got some work to do. You know where I'll be is just stack wedging here constantly. All right.
That's all right. So you're a little bit below average. That's all right. Combine score, best combine score today, 215. So a little bit better than a tour player.
Yep.
And the average is 184. So
good.
I was in your head the whole time.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it was the cold.
It was the camera.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure.
Everyone's laughing at me.
You're setting the bar pretty low, so when you do this, this practice, this wedge stuff, you're gonna be like, look at how good I got.
I just wanna text you and say, look, I'm better than I was at the booth.
As a teacher, one of the things that everybody struggles with is how to bring the club down. Created a device that connects to your golf club. Here we got our counterweighted mini clubs you can train at home. It goes on, goal is to try to get to where it's on the trail shoulder. I'm trying to keep it on that trail shoulder for about left arm parallel to the ground. So it's adjustable if I want to try to create some more width out here, staying on, releasing, up into the other side. So let's say you go to the top and you struggle with getting too much wrist cup.
Yep.
If I go up and cup my wrist, it won't touch my shoulder.
Yeah.
Right. So it's really I can put it on my back of my bag for being laid off, but definitely just not pulling.
Yeah.
Right.
Super cool. Really practical. I like it.
Thanks, bro.
All right, I'm here with the biomechanics legend, Dr. Rob Neal. If you're in golf, you've no doubt heard of him and some of his work.
Yeah, I want to just give a little bit of background here. So, complete, accurate 3D, markerless technology. But I know that you'd been on a journey to gain club head speed and ball speed, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so I picked out a couple of things that I thought might be interesting from that perspective. And we can see it up here as well.
Okay.
So, if we look at this graph here, we start at P1 at setup with a 0 height with your pelvis. We just set that arbitrarily. You squat a little bit during the backswing, just a couple of centimeters, and your low point is maybe 4.5 centimeters.
So that's when we do that's when we're going like this, right?
Yeah. With a driver, what you would typically see, and as the body stops turning, so it would stop turning about here with the pelvis. You see this squat, which is what you referred to then, right?
Okay.
What is critical then is that as you come down through the downswing, that you push out of the ground, and that causes the pelvis to rise.
Okay.
You push into the ground, you create angular momentum and energy that allows you to deliver the club at high speed. Right?
So do we want more of that? Is that more power? Is that what that means?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So if you looked at you here hitting a 9-iron, the delta is about 2 inches, right?
Okay.
With a driver, for sure you have a little more squat, so you might go down 3 inches, so 7 centimeters, and then up above 0 at impact.
Sure.
So as you're almost airborne. As you deliver that club.
Well, thanks, Rob. Appreciate the time. Thanks for hanging out and showing us this.
Thank you very much, Cordy.
Good to see you. We're here at the Rapsodo booth. They have a new integration with GS Pro, so you can play some pretty sick courses like this. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's not bad. Whew. If you haven't seen the target range, this thing is pretty sick. Kind of the wedge target, and then there's replications of different holes. So you can see we got TPC Sawgrass over there. Really cool stuff. Rapsodo is one of my favorite launch monitors. We've done such good stuff with them over last year. You got to check it out if you're looking for something for your house, something you can take out to the range, all that good stuff.
So it's an app. I'm wearing the shirt. I've got 2 sensors embedded in the back. My connectivity is all through a gateway in the front. I can hit analyze my swing, and boom, my information's there immediately.
All right.
Flat shoulders, reverse spine over the top, loss of posture, early extension, I'm looking at pelvic speed, torso speed, speed gain. I can go straight into biofeedback. I can pick a position, a body part.
Okay, so the training is super cool, right? I love that. Biofeedback's awesome. The interesting part, though, as I see on the poster, is the on the course stuff, right? It's like during a practice round or whatever, you go wear it.
You can put it on under your shirt, over your shirt.
Yep.
I'll get it all calibrated and I'll go out and play. So we're working with a player. Normal turn of his torso was about 88 degrees.
Yep.
He got on a par 3, that pin was to the right, a little bit of water right, and then he hit a really bad shot, dead pull left, a little fat, and his torso turn was 50 degrees. It wasn't quick, it was short.
Right.
That's the differentiator right now.
Yeah.
Right? No one can go on the golf course and get 3D data. You can't set your cameras up, you can't take other companies out, but we can just throw the shirt on and go out and play.
Yep.
And you're getting 3 lines of the kinematic sequence.
All right, we're here at Ping with Travis. Travis, what do you do at Ping first? So
I'm a design engineer at Ping. Yeah,
awesome.
Mechanical design engineer. Thing we talked about for a really long time. What your experience is MOI, right? The restriction or the resistance to twisting when you do hit, maybe in the toe or in the heel. Higher MOI clubs, when you hit it out here, will just twist less, right? So you're going to preserve more off-center ball speed with just a higher MOI club in general, right? So MOI is great at resisting that twisting. What's specific to 440 and why you felt and saw that result is a lot of what the new technologies we've put into the product. The ones that are going to be most impactful are, we've added carbon fly wrap, so it's composite crown that wraps to the screw on both sides. Why I'm talking about that in terms of your twisting question is it saves a lot of mass, so we lowered the CG. So we're getting the CG lower and lower to average impact location for a driver. Free hosel design, another technology here in the heel, saves a lot of mass. We're using the lower CG to get it closer to impact location. As we move the CG closer to impact location, you're going to experience less gearing on a center strike, right? If you're kind of in line with the CG, you'll experience a more efficient impact sensation, so you'll have more consistency across. Free hosel design is also really good about expanding kind of the ball speed into the heel as well. Under the hood, you can't see it at the naked eye right here, but it's removing a lot of the material that would previously keep the sleeve and the shaft onto the head, freeing up the heel side of the face. So in Pingman testing with 440, we're actually seeing more ball speed as we move that tee closer to the heel. We're actually seeing more ball speed in the heel, which will then help preserve your distance gains, your distance preservation for impacts heel to toe. The face itself is a lot thinner than 430. So on off-center hits, you're going to see more ball speed. On center hits, you're going to see more ball speed. But I think another thing that we do in our products to help mitigate when you do, if you are a person that hits it on the toe or the heel, which most people do. So there's a lot going on that very
That's
short
awesome.
question you asked.
More forgiveness because the CG is lowered. And you're able to do that because you made the crown lighter. And then the free hosel, I don't know if I know what free hosel means,
design.
But
so it's essentially our technology where we removed a lot of the material that we previously had to hold the two components together, right? So we have a screw down here that holds our trajectory tuning sleeve in place. There's a lot of material in between that was not really serving a huge purpose in previous designs. And we looked at, hey, that's an area pretty high on the club head that we can remove, functionally remove, free up the heel side to move more, but also it's pretty high on the club, so we can use that to lower and move the CG farther back.
Interesting. So you just stripped out a lot of the stuff in there and made it lighter. Cool.
Making sure it's still extremely durable at the same time.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Super cool. 2025 PGA Show, that is a wrap. We buzzed around this whole giant convention center and we saw some new stuff. We saw some interesting tech. We saw some gear. I think like overall there's like some good stuff, but compared to last year, I don't think there's as many like totally new things coming out of this show. But still, it's always fun to be here to hang out with friends, people that we've done projects with, and hopefully we put together some cool new stuff this year that you all are going to love and enjoy. All right, let's get on with it.